Hello, welcome to Human Animal Audit Corner. All you step into my kitchen today, all you former Scientologists step into my kitchen today. We are making zucchini lasagna. So we're going to get started right now. All right, and while I'm making this, we're going to talk a little about the cult, especially about Scientology. So first, we're going to put tofu in there. They're replacing regatta cheese. It is better than having all that heavy cheese. So we're going to take, you know what? Let me do this. If you don't have one of these, a pastry mixer, you can use a fork, but I had a swell idea. Take this and crush up your tofu like this. Okay. Now the tofu is more lesser for your cholesterol since, guess what? It's better for you than all that heavy fat and oil. Okay. But if you don't have a pastry, oh no. Yeah, well, you know what happened already. So guess what? We're going to use a food processor instead. So let's get it. Right. All today, so food processor. So okay, so now we're going to put in this. But if you don't have a food processor, you can use a pastry mixer or a fork to break down everything. But if you use a food processor, it's surely going to look like regatta cheese. So I'm going to stick all this in there. Yeah. Oh, darn it. Yeah, I'm not going to use that. So I'm going to put the rest in here for now. So we can add everything into this. And today, I am so sorry I was running late. I lost all track of time. I hope you enjoyed my crafts table today and my talk about mental health and Scientology. Okay. Grandfather's wife having a recording of law enforcement talking to one of the private investigators when his father was held for being caught with weapons and a bunch of license plates in the back of a trunk of his car or something. I think might have been a rental car of some kind. So if not, it was his car. So now if this burns out, don't worry about it. It's a better equipment. And it'll start up again. It's not like ordinary, it's the Ninja. So if you get the Ninja product, it's most likely not burn out on you. But they have other products in the market. All right, now what I'm going to do is put it in here. It's going to have a smooth-like texture. So I'm going to take a spoon and put it into that. So use a food processor. I wasn't thinking at all. If you use a food processor, it's going to have a good texture like the regatta cheese usually does. Only difference is the tofu is a lot better than the regular regatta cheese. Okay. So put this in there for now. And now I'm going to spoon all this out. Yeah. Yeah, it has a smooth-like texture to it if you actually spoon it out. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put more into the food processor. And then grind it up the same way we grounded up that. So sorry about that. All right. So always use a food processor. If not, you can use a fork. Or, ooh, darn it. Got to put the plate in there again. So let's put it in. All right. Yeah. It's wonderful to use tofu instead of the regular regatta cheese. They also have something like this in a health food market like Whole Foods. And I think maybe Time, Fresh Time has it too. It's a food market. Fresh Time is a food market. So, all right. Okay, so let's grind it up. And then, yep, this week I have bonus kitchen time and art crafts table time because over the weekend I was so detained I couldn't actually be in either my kitchen or the crafts table. So I'm having, now on, I'm going to have extra days of crafts tables. 3 days a week I'll be at the crafts table and the kitchen, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then I'm going to add an extra day on Monday, and then Thursday, if I get it finished, story time. And then I don't know what day I'm going to actually fit a monologue into this. Now, I cannot have a child. I cannot have another child. One channel is not good enough for me. I'm coming up with another channel for young children. And I'd be telling stories. Okay, I guess that should be it. But you know what? If something like this, like the ninja burns out, it'll start again. Because guess what? Usually, oh, John. All right, there we go. So I'm going to put this back over there. All right. So now I'm going to spool this whole thing out. Oh, I didn't think it was possible. It is a smooth-like texture. And it would look like a regular regatta cheese, only it's made with tofu. So, and plus, guess what? If I'm not full, Okay, Saturday and Sunday, either Saturday or Sunday, no, most likely Sunday, I will be in the kitchen again. And I think late Saturday, I don't know. But however, I'll let you know. And I will be making manicotis. So join me in the kitchen, and I will definitely use tofu again. So telling this week, at the end of last week, that her Uncle David was tempting to actually let his father die because he thought, because the private investigator thought that he was having a heart attack when he told him to just let him die, which is a heartless thing to do. So put this in the sink and this one in the sink. All right, now we're gonna get a spatula. And this is what it looks like. Looks like regular regatta. So now you're gonna have, oh, I only have 3, but if you don't have 4 or 5, it'll be okay. So we're gonna add 3 teaspoons of parsley. Three teaspoons parsley. Alrighty, there we go. Now we're gonna put this away. Now, all herbs are so beneficial to people. And believe it or not, cinnamon, herbs, and spices have their benefits. Cinnamon definitely has the benefit because it lowers glucose levels. So, and I'm going to look up the rest. So every time I say I look one up, I never do, but I'm going to try to remember. Okay. And then add 1 cup of onions, but I don't have onions, so I have to skip that. If you don't have any, 1 ingredient, that'll be fine. Otherwise, make sure you have your ingredients. But if it's just 1, don't worry about it. All right. Okay. Here it is. Yeah, 3½ spoons of garlic. All right, there we go. Now, I don't have salt in there. And if you want salt, just put like 1/8 or 1/4. And if the doctor doesn't want you to actually have salt due to health problems, don't bother using it at all. It's okay. So, okay. And then, okay, 3½ okay. And it says 1½ teaspoon of basil. I don't have the basil. I can't find my basil. I know it's around here somewhere. I just don't know where. So, yeah. If you can't find your basil, any herb will do. I'm going to use it, oregano, but basil. Okay. All right. I'm going to put this one back. All right. 1.5 teaspoons of basil. Or oregano. I'm going to put oregano instead of basil for now. Okay. Found the top for this. Ooh. Okay. Put this back. All right. And then I'm going to add just a little bit. I'm going to add about 1/8 salt, or maybe 1/4, 1/8 salt. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. There we go. And now we're going to mix it together. Mix it up. You know what? Substituting everything around is much leaner and much healthier for you. So if you're vegan, tofu is great. It replaces the regular regatta and it's not as heavy. So, okay. And I made it into a smooth-like texture. Okay. All right. All right. Now, okay, now we're going to pull this aside. And now we're going to cut the zucchini. So, all right. Darn it. Okay. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, yes, yeah, like I said before, I don't think I'm going to be doing my store tomorrow. I'll do it instead on Monday, since I'm having a new segment, 2 to 3 more segments of art while talking about the cult and Scientology. So, okay, so now, okay. We're going to cut this. We're going to cut it into a wedge. And I just had a thought. Let me try this. All right. Now, let me see here. Would this fit? Yeah, I guess. Nah. Well, there goes my theory. Okay. So since I started using that, I'm just going to. All right. So now we're going to cut the zucchini down as thin as I can. Okay, well, all right. As thin as I can. Okay, there. Now we're going to stick this in the, all right, stick this into the bowl for now. Ugh, jeez. Right. So just cut it as thin as you can. Oh, jeez. Now, I think I might have made lasagna, zucchini lasagna. I didn't remember. So, No, it was eggplant. Yeah, sorry. I remember it was eggplant. So then we're gonna do it again. Cut it down. Okay. Now, I haven't heard from any of my projects yet. What is it? Not yet. Not going to tell you yet. Now, let me see. Religions, I don't know if they're exempt from actually for prosecution. I don't know. I don't want to spread a rumor. That's not my intent. But I don't know. I think I'm not going to put a rumor out there that not that many get justice. That's the way I'll prove it, because in the Constitution, everybody is entitled. Cut this nice and thin. So use 4 zucchinis. If not, then yeah, 3 will be okay. I didn't know my sister-in-law actually gave me 4, so I should have checked, but what can you do? All right. Okay. So we're going to cut this as thin as we can, and then we're going to layer it up. And this is a healthy way of eating. We're going to cut it down thin as we can without ripping it. All right, there we go. It is thin without the other half. So, okay. And again, we're going to try it again. Jeez. All right. Try it again. Okay. All righty. Now, today, I turned into a hypocrite. You know what happened? Today, I haven't used my cucumber yet, and it just spoiled, so I had to throw it away. Yeah, big waste. Hole in the ozone layer. So here we go. I'm going to cut this again. Try to make it as thin as you can. If not, well then, okay. All right, it ruined. So, okay. Okay. All right. Okay, now we're going to make a wedge with the zucchinis. Okay. So we're going to cut this into a thin strip. If you could. All right. There we go. And I'm sorry I didn't leave notice, but as soon as I get off this channel, I will be, oh, good. This one worked fine. So cut it up as thin as you can. And then we're going to use tomato sauce and make our zucchini lasagna. That's made from the tofu and not from the original lasagna, but it's healthier. The tofu is much healthier. If you grind it up, okay, I don't think this is going to cut. Next one, I'm going to cut this. All righty, there we go. Oh! Now I'm gonna rinse this off. Okay. Now we're gonna cut this down. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, we all know sorry about the loud silence. So, okay. Now, we all know Scientology emptied out an entire town of and that town just keeps on losing revenue every day. There's no money flowing through that town. Now remember, if there's no money flowing through a town, that means the town is doing bad. They're not making money, and all due because David Miscavige doesn't want to talk to anyone who's not a Scientologist, which is against the Fourth Amendment. The Second Amendment. Yeah, Second Amendment. Freedom of speech, freedom of choice. And yeah, he broke the law. So you're not going to find anyone near the downtown anywhere. But everywhere else on Clearwater, yeah, they're there. But not in downtown Clearwater. Absolutely nobody. So, and the property value in that downtown area is going to go down if it continues. So, and I don't understand how that realtor let him do it, because guess what? There are monopoly laws. You're not allowed to monopolize like that. So, yeah, well. And does he like sign? Does the realtor that sold David Miscavige and Scientology all the properties, does he like Scientology? No. And since there are monopoly laws, I don't know why. We don't know why he actually had to sell it to him. Yeah, exactly. Money. Because till today, if anybody goes into the downtown area, they will be followed by private investigators hired by you know who, Scientology and David Miscavige. And it's pretty bad. And there's Starbucks is there. Now, are they able to actually, are they going to renew their contract with the owner, with Scientology? My guess is no. Okay, we're going to put this oven on. Oh, geez, what? I pull this out first. Okay. Yeah, I don't want anything to burn in there, so. Yeah. According according to Aaron Smith-Levin, he doesn't think it's going to happen. But you know what? I don't think it is either, because you know why? There's nobody in that town. And then if there are Scientologists there, they would think it's too expensive, so they wind up buying coffee in the Scientology building. According to Aaron Smith-Levin. Now, I've never been in Scientology. Thank God, because guess what? I have mental illness, and I would have winded up like Lisa McPherson and Whitney Mills. So now, everybody, go out there, advocate for every man, woman, and child that's in Scientology, and do what you can. And there's actually a mom who wrote a letter to the school system telling them about Scientology. How did that work out? You know what? I really don't know. So if Scientology's in your area and it looks, just tell the representative and the mayor of that town about Scientology. Just go right to them if they'll let you in. So, but go to your local senator, even on election day, go up to whomever's running. Now, I'm not going to really actually say, yeah, go to your elected officials, go on the website, write your senators, write to your local congressman to get Scientology's tax exempt status revoked. That's the only way we can get anywhere. All right, because the tax exemption, David Miscavige will use it to pay for high-priced lawyers and private investigators. They don't pay their own people. They only give them $47. And Tom Cruise is actually getting a refund for what I heard, hiring a hitman to fund the hit on David's dad, Ron Miscavige Sr. So don't let that pretty boy face fool you. At one time, he was a doe-eyed movie star, and then all of a sudden, he went evil due to the fact that David Miscavige touched him. So whatever David Miscavige touches turns to dust or stone. He corrupts anyone who he touches. So, and today, as I said earlier, the internet is the modern day Pandora's box. Okay, so now we're gonna and then put it on top of all right. Okay, there we go. The trick is put sauce in the bottom of the pan. So whenever you bake or cook, whenever you cook and need to put into the stove, it will prevent it from burning. So let's put a little more. Okay. All right. All right. Now we're going to assemble everything. Oh, geez. Okay. We're going to move everything around here first. All right. All right. So now this there. Oh, where is there it is. Now, I forgot to put this in. Put 1 cup of mozzarella. In my case, I'm gonna put plant-based, but I guess if you're not into my stuff, so I guess you can. Ooh. All right, well, what can you do? Just tear this open and just put 1 cup of mozzarella. Mine happens to be plant-based. Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Mine is plant-based. All right. All right. All right. All these projects are keeping me busy and on my toes. And oh wow. Okay. And then add a half a cup of vegan or whatever Parmesan cheese. Me, I want to put plant-based in, so I'm going to tell you how to live, but it's okay. So put this in. Now put a layer of zucchini in. Right, there we go. We're going to put the layer of zucchini in. Now, each and every Scientologist that came out of Scientology has their stories of their dilemma while they're in Scientology, regardless of what the celebrities tell everyone. So you just can't believe what any cult says. And there are every kind of cult. They can make it up, use Christianity, use paganism, and turn it into a foundation. So cults have been around since early ancient times, and I think. All right. So we're going to put this at the bottom layer. And it's going to be a lasagna, zucchini lasagna. So I'm going to put it down in the bottom. And then now we're going to start assembling our lasagna. So here we go. All right. Okay, I put a big glob on, so all right, and let's see. I'm trying. Oh, yeah. Jehovah's Witnesses, cult. But guess what? We're more likely would be running into a cult. Running into Jehovah's Witnesses more than we would be running into a Scientologist. And that's the truth. So, all right, now we're going to take have a butter knife and then just spread it. See if it works. Yeah, it works. Okay. Spread it around. Spread that like Scientology would spread rumors. Spread it around like the hate they spread. And they do that. Okay. All right. All they do is spread the hate, even though they accuse other people of hating their religion. And yeah, they're not a religion. They are a Ponzi scheme. Okay. And here we go. Now we're gonna actually put more in the bottom. If I run out of this, it'll be a disaster. But you know what? It's okay because we'll use the mozzarella. Okay, we're gonna spread this around like Scientology would be spreading rumors. Okay. And this recipe is excellent. It's excellent if you're on trying to cut back and lose weight. So it's excellent. So, alrighty. All right. Now we're going to put another layer of zucchini. Throughout my life, I would be seeing anyone either from Jehovah's Witnesses or the Mormons. One day I was standing at a train station and run into a Mormon, and he seemed like a wonderful young man. Is he in the wrong place? Yeah, but there's other side of Mormonism, which I guess they might have went off on their own and formed their own Mormonism. That's what I heard. I heard it somewhere. So, right, I'm going to put all this on top. I put almost all of the zucchini in there. So add about 4 tofu. Put it in the food processor, blend it up, and then, yeah, you'll get a little more tofu, even though it is pricey. I found it in a cookbook. I decided to make it. So I've rewritten it to actually use it on this channel. So the key word is rewrite it. Don't use it anyone else's recipe. And there's the Zizian cult, which is a vegan cult. And I should brush up on that, even though it's a little late to talk about it. So I'm going to take the rest of the mozzarella, and then since all of it is gone, just do the best you can. So, yeah. Yep, we're almost done with the zucchini lasagna. Then we're going to let it cook for 45 minutes, I believe. 35 to 45 minutes. If it looks ready, take it out. All right. Okay, now we're going to spread this. Spread it around like Scientology spreads rumors. And they would classify what I said and what every protester writes as hate speech. No, it's not hate speech. It's realistic speech. So, okay. All right. So we're going to spread this around as best we can. We're going to do the best we can and spreading this all over the zucchini. He says you can be Christian and a Scientologist. Well, guess what? Katie Holmes found that out the hard way. I mean, we all learn everything the hard way. That's just the way life goes. Do we necessarily learn the wrong way? But you know what? It's not a good way to learn, but yes, we all do. And that's when she thought that you can be Scientologist and a Christian, or a Buddhist and a Christian, or Jewish and a Christian. No. It's more like a bait and switch than a religion. So, all right, so there we go. So now we're gonna finish it, put the finishing touches, and we're gonna put it on top the plant-based mozzarella. Okay. So I try not to take long with the introductions. So there we go. And I'm sorry about the loud silence. No dead air. Okay, now I'm going to put the rest on top. And then, okay, I got other mozzarella cheese. So let me get it. And here it is. So I'm going to open it up and then put it in. Oh, I forgot to put the sauce. Okay, so, well, so let's just put the sauce in right now. I just forgot to put the sauce. I don't know why I did it, but yeah. Layer of the tomato sauce. Okay. And somewhere on one of the newscasters years ago, I heard saucy foods would have this antioxidants in them. So, okay, so we'll put a little more. Okay, so there, that's it. I looked over and realized I forgot to put layers of tomato sauce. So let's just do this. Okay. Now we're going to put another layer of zucchini. So do the best you can when you cut it thin. Don't expect it to be perfect, because guess what? We're not perfect. Put this in the oven. Oh, okay. Let's spread this around a little. Yeah, let me see if I can get rid of this and then just stick it on top. Stick that on, and then I'm going to cut this stem off and see what else I can do. I'm going to cut each and every stem off and put it on top. Yeah. My entire life, I was just always so creative. So now we're going to put the cheese on top again. Ah, okay, here we go. All right. And now we're going to put the mozzarella on top. And this is a little healthier option. Okay. But the other package, I used it for something else, so don't even worry about. Okay. Now this doesn't melt as good, but let's see. Now go to Fresh Time. I don't know if it is a chain. If it is, go there and you'll find something that Daisy, I think that's the name of the product, is most likely to actually melt. So, okay, there we go. There we have it. Okay, now we're going to put this in the oven now. And then we're done. And it's 1 hour and 1 minute in. So, guess what? I'm going to put everything back into my clipboard and give you all the information because I just switched up laptops. It's like heaven because I don't have to actually drive myself crazy trying to get back on, but it's great. So tomorrow I'll be back with another art segment and kitchen segment. And then Friday, I'm going to see what's going on Friday. I'll definitely be back Friday. Saturday, I have my niece's shower. So maybe I'm going to cook at maybe 5. Would I eat? No, probably not. So, okay. Well, I can say go to buy me coffee and PayPal, but I don't have anything written down at the bottom link below. So, or whatever. So hit the like, press subscribe, and I'm definitely going to see you guys tomorrow again. I'm having all bonus week of Human Animal Audit Corner due to the fact that I couldn't get on this weekend because I was detained. So, press like, hit subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.